Hi everyone, I'm Tim. I'm one of the youth participation workers, and I've been spending some time setting up a Newham guild for an app called Habitica. And this video is just a kind of walkthrough for how to set yourself up on that app and how to play the game, and how to use it to develop good habits. Because it's a game kind of like some AR games like Pokemon Go and that kind of stuff that links to your real life. So by doing positive habits in real life, you'll get points in the game and earn rewards, which you can use to buy real things outside of the game or things inside the game. That's up to you. So what follows is just a little instruction on how to play the game, and how to make the best of it, really. Okay, so when you open the app up, this is the screen that you'll find. Now, I've obviously already set up my account, so you guys will need to do that yourselves. So it'll ask you to come up with a username and password and that kind of thing. And then once you've done that, you will get to create your avatar. Your avatar will be pretty basic at first. It'll ask you things like your build, your hair color, whether or not you want glasses, that kind of stuff, whether or not you want a wheelchair. There's kind of little bits and pieces that you can do, but not a huge amount. It's pretty basic. The stuff that my avatar has, you can see here, I've got a cow, a little bag of gold, and a couple of pet wolves. That comes a little bit later on in the game, once you've got a bit of money to start spending and experience points. So your avatar at the beginning will be pretty straightforward, but then once you've created it, you'll get to this screen. And this screen has basically four options. Apart from the menu, you can see down here you've got habits, dailies, to-dos, and rewards. Those are the four kind of key parts of the game, really. And we'll go through them one by one in just a minute. But before we do, I'll just point out here at the top as well, you've got health, you've got experience, you've got mana, although you won't have mana straight away. That's something that becomes unlocked when you get to level 10. So when you first open the game, this will be grayed out, but you'll get there as you earn experience points and gold and so on. All mana does, so once you get to level 10, you can choose your kind of specialism. So I'm a rogue, and mana gives you kind of currency, resources, whatever, to use your abilities as a rogue, to get more experience, to get more gold, whatever it is. Yeah, you'll come to that later on. You'll also see that there's gold up here. I don't have a huge amount. I've only got 7 gold because I've spent most of mine, and gems, which I don't have any of at the moment, but that's okay. So that's your main screen. That's kind of your avatar. And now let's get into the kind of 4 main points of the game. So habits. Habits are things that you want to do more or less of, but that aren't necessarily time sensitive. So you can see I've got 3 here that are mine. So one is do something that scares you. I think that's a healthy thing to do, but I'm not going to be doing that every day. So it's just kind of as and when I do something that I find scary, I'll hit the plus button there, and that'll give me gold and experience points. Because that's quite a big one, you can kind of choose the difficulty. So I've made that a difficult one, so it means it'll give me more mana and experience. Go over my screen time limit, so I've set certain limits on apps that I think I use too much, like Instagram and Facebook and that kind of stuff. So I've set my phone to lock those things down after a certain amount of time. So if I go over them, I hit the minus button, and the minus button means you lose health. You can see my health is actually quite low at the moment. So plus button gives you experience and gold. Minus button, negative habits, makes you lose health. What happens if you lose health? So if I were to die right now, if I lose those 9 bits of health points that I have left, I would lose all of my gold, which at the moment isn't a huge amount, and I'd go down a level. So you can see at the moment I'm level 25, I'd go down to level 24, which is not the end of the world, because like I said, I don't have a huge amount of gold anyway at the moment, but once you start to build up a collection of gold to spend on rewards, that's quite a blow. I've also just got read a short story there because I think it's good to read. That doesn't give me a huge amount of points because that's quite an easy thing to do. So that's your habit screen. You can do habits anytime. You can do as many of them in a day as you want. So I can read 5 short stories in a day if I wanted to, or just one in a week. It's up to you how you use that. But they're just things, habits that you want to either get better at or do less of. That's up to you. Okay, then we've got dailies. So here are my dailies. Dailies are exactly what they sound like. They're habits that you want to do every day. So I've got 3. I've got one SE, which is 1 second every day. It's a little app where you take a picture every day. I've got 10 minutes of mindfulness, so I try to be quiet and meditate for 10 minutes each day. And then close rings, I've got a exercise, a watch that tracks my exercise. It's got 3 rings for movement, fitness, or whatever else, and I try to close those every day. So your dailies, when you tick them off, just like with your habits, they'll give you they'll give you experience, and they'll give you gold. But if you don't tick them off, if it gets to midnight and you haven't done one of your dailies, you will lose health. Now, sometimes you just forget to tick them, so when you open the app on the next day, it'll ask you if you completed any of the ones that you forgot to tick. But if you haven't ticked them, then you lose health. So dailies are very similar to habits, but you have to do them each day. Now you can, when you set up a daily, by clicking the plus button up here, just like same as with the habits, that plus button is where you create new ones. Well, in fact, let me just show you. So you can choose a difficulty, so harder dailies give you more experience and gold. You can choose how often you want them to repeat, so they're called dailies, but they don't actually have to be daily. And you can choose when you want them to start. So that's how you create a daily. Then to-dos, similar to dailies, but actually they don't necessarily have, they're just one-off things. So you can see for me, I've been working on a degree, submit my final thesis. Now, I set myself a goal of doing that by the 30th of April 2020, so that's in about 2 weeks. So I can't tick that off just yet. But again, because it's quite a hard thing to do, something I've been working on towards a while, it'll give me quite a lot of golden experience when I do eventually get around to doing it. So to-dos, just like habits, but they're just one-off things. They're just tasks that you want to do, exactly like what it sounds like. So as you do your habits and dailies and to-dos, you'll start to build up experience and gold. Hopefully you won't lose health like I have by not doing them. And you can use your gold to buy rewards. So all experience does is it puts you up to the next level. So when I get to 550 experience, my health will fill up again and I'll move up to being level 26. Gold is what you spend on rewards. So your rewards can be in-game rewards or real-life rewards. So I like comic books. So I've set myself a goal of, if I get to 100 gold, I'll buy myself a graphic novel as a treat, as a real-life reward. Now, obviously, there's no way that we can measure whether or not you've done that. That's just up to you. It's for you to decide what your rewards are, and obviously also if you're going to be honest about them, because you'd only be lying to yourself if you didn't. But there's also in-game rewards here that you can see. So at the moment, because I don't have a huge amount of gold, there's not much that I can buy, but why don't we look at one of the free ones. So one of the free ones here is a pie hat. So it's just a silly thing. It's a hat that looks like a pie and actually doesn't give you anything. But the more expensive ones will give you better attributes, basically. So you've got 4 attributes. You've got strength, you've got perception, you've got constitution, and you've got intelligence. So what they do, strength increases your chance of getting critical hits. So when you achieve a task or when you tick something off your list or whatever, a critical hit will give you more gold, more experience points, and you get drops as well, which are, you get kind of eggs or food and that kind of stuff. I'll explain those later on. Perception increases the amount of gold you earn for each successful task. Constitution reduces the amount of damage you get from negative tasks and missed dailies. And intelligence increases the amount of experience, EXP points, that you get for every successfully completed task. So those are the 4 things. And like I say, as you progress through the game, you'll see that there's different rewards that pop up. In fact, if we look at my menu and equipment, you can see that there's different options there for me. So at the moment, I've got different types of armor that can increase my perception, constitution, that kind of stuff. Because I'm a rogue, the types of armor that will appear to me will be slightly different to those that that somebody else of a different kind of class might have. So that's the basic game. So you've got your habits, you've got your dailies, you've got your to-dos, and you've got your rewards. And really, it's that simple. So you put in things that you want to do to get better at, or even things that you want to stop doing in the habits. And then as you go through the game and you do those things, you get experience, you get gold, and you can use that gold to buy rewards here in the game or in real life. And that's up to you. Okay, so from this screen, this is the main menu screen. You can see there's a number of different things. Tavern is a place where you want to go where you can pause damage if you want to. So say you're going on holiday or something, for example, and you're not going to be able to complete your daily tasks and you don't want to take any damage, you can pause it there for as long as you want to. Party you don't need to worry about right now. Now guilds this is where you'll find us. So if you go to guilds, you can see I've already joined at Newham Youth Zones, but if you go to discover and type in Newham Youth Zones here in that search bit, in fact let's see if it works, Newham Youth Zones, there it is, you can join the guild and start taking part in the guild challenges. Now the challenges are here on a separate menu. If you go to discover and type in the name of our challenge, which is Corona Lockdown Challenge. So search for Corona Lockdown Challenge. There it is, it's come up. You can see there's lots of different tasks that we've set, and I'm just going to join the challenge here. So I've joined it now, and what you should see once you've joined our challenge, you can only join the challenge if you've joined the guild, so join the guild first. So my dailies have changed. So I've got the Newham Youth Zone dailies. So get half an hour of exercise, write a gratitude journal, get up and get dressed, which sounds silly, but actually in these times is quite an important thing for your mental health. There's habits that have been added, have a quiet 10 minutes, connect with people. There's even a to-do list of two to-dos. So one is find some way of volunteering, and the other is to create something new. So there's details there, I'll let you read those in your own time. You can, by going to the guild page, go to the chat option and let us know how you're getting on. There's nothing in the chat option at the moment because I'm the only person in the guild. But once you've joined, you can keep the conversation here alive, let people know how you're doing, and ask for help and support and whatever you want to use it for within reason. And that's about it really for this little walkthrough. There's other stuff for you to explore, which is potentially well, you guys can figure all that stuff out. So you can customize your avatar, you can go to the shops and buy upgrades for yourself. There's equipment to buy, you can look through your items, pets and mounts. These are just a bit of fun really, but you can kind of customize your avatar with different animals and stuff you've already seen online. I've got a couple of wolves, one as a pet and one as a mount. If you have any questions about Habitica, obviously you're very welcome to ask me, but a much better source would be the Habitica wiki page. This is the Habitica wiki page. It gives you really everything you need to know about the app and the various different things that you can do. There's basic gameplay instructions, there's more advanced stuff. So really you can find everything you need to know here on this webpage. It's habitica.fandom.com, so you can look at that in your own time. But the basics are there. So that's pretty much everything you need to know to kind of get yourself started. Do let me know how you get on. Join the guild, talk to us, keep us in the loop, add friends if you want to. You can set up groups. And mess around with it and have some fun and use it to create good habits for yourself. and keep in touch with all of us during the lockdown. I hope that's helpful. Like I say, get in touch if you have any questions, and good luck.